Okay, hi, I'm Jason. I'm here to do a startup with you. To access the front cover of the generator, we're gonna have to raise the lid first. That will expose the engine and the control board and the main breaker. To access the front cover, this front cover just lifts off and comes right off. Okay, to go back on, it has two pegs at the bottom of the panel that go in the little oval holes right here and here. Okay, they go into those holes right there. Gentle pressure up. We want this little silver knob to go right up over the lip to fall in the track to secure that door. Okay? Customer related items with the generator are marked in orange. Air filter, your oil dipstick, your oil fill. This is where we would add oil if need be. This is your oil filter. This is an oil drain hose. Okay? Underneath the silver bracket on either side of the generator, we do have a spark plug. Okay, it is a twin cylinder engine. You have a spark plug on either side of the engine. Okay, this one's a little more easier to get to than this one, but they both are accessible. Okay. Control panel. You want to walk just a little bit closer? Okay. Control panel. This is the brains of the whole situation. Okay. Automatic mode is what we want it to be in all the time, which is our green button, okay? Manual mode, which is the blue button, that will allow you to start the generator and run the generator regardless of a power outage, okay? Just to make sure things are moving just fine. Off button is also an option in case you do not want the generator to run. You can switch into off. If we do push it into the off button, it's going to indicate a red light, which on this side of the generator, you have LED light displayed in this little glass tube. Yes. Okay. Red light means we have a problem. That means there's something wrong with the generator or it's not activated and ready to go. When I put it in auto, we get a green light. That's what we want to see on this generator all the time, is a green light. So anytime you're out in the backyard, look over, take a gander at the green light, make sure we're good to go. If you happen to see a red light, we're going to ask you to raise the lid, look at the control panel, and it's going to tell you in plain English what your problem is. Over crank alarm, under speed alarm, under voltage, low fuel pressure, low oil. There's all kinds of different alarms this control panel can tell you, but it will latch out in a red light and you will not be able to run your generator with a red light, okay? So as soon as you notice a red light or you get notified through Mobile Link that you have a red light or an alarm on the generator, please call us as quick as possible so we can get a technician out here to get you repaired, okay? On the top, right above the control panel, there's a main breaker. If this breaker is off or tripped, the generator will still run during an outage. It will never send power to the transfer switch to start running your home, okay? If you're in that situation where you're sitting in the chair, you lost power, within about 12 seconds, you don't have power restored, this is the first step I want you to come out here and check to make sure that did not trip the last outage, okay? That should be on. It's not going to hurt it if the generator's running for you to turn it off and turn it back on to make sure it's not in the trip mode. Okay? One thing I do want to tell you about the generator, excuse me, it is an air-cooled unit. This generator will burn oil with long periods of runtime. 4, 5, 6 days. The oil gets very thin because it stays hot, does not have a chance to cool off, so that does tend to burn a little bit of oil at that time. About the 4th day, I'm going to ask you to come and switch the generator to off. Let it cool down for 10 or 15 minutes. Check the oil on the dipstick. If you need to add a little bit of oil, add the oil into this oil fill cap per the dipstick. If you need just a quarter of a quart, half a quart, whatever it takes, don't overfill the dipstick, okay? So gradually pour it in, gradually check the dipstick.
What kind of oil?
10W30 full synthetic. Okay, it's what we're going to recommend you putting in the generator. In your owner's manual, it's going to tell you 5W30. Okay. We're not in Wisconsin where these things are manufactured. We're in Texas, okay? So that's what we install in the generators when we do maintenance. That's what we're going to suggest that you do also, okay? Have a couple quarts sitting in the garage just for that situation, okay? If you do happen to pull the dipstick out of the oil pan and it is black, nasty, burnt oil, use this drain hose that's tie strapped right here to the side of the generator. Drain the oil what you can, gravity fed drain into a coffee can, cup, something of that nature. Okay, secure the lid back or the cap back on, and then add oil per the dipstick. Okay, and then put some fresh oil in it, and let's keep going. Once you've done that with your oil, then put it generator back into automatic mode, not the manual mode, the automatic mode, so it takes back over running the home. Okay, so when you do restore power, it automatically shuts itself off. If you put it into the manual mode, it'll just stay running and running and running, regardless if you got power back or not. Okay, so automatic mode is what we run it in all the time. Okay, that's pretty much the spill on the generator.
Okay.
Okay,
So I can turn that off?
yes, ma'am. And we'll go talk about the switch.